cultivators.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the podcast about Magic Taoist.
Magic Taoist, absolutely.
You know, I'm Roy, aka Same Boat.
And I am Fallon, aka Bring your daughter to the Xuanwu.
There you go.
Yeah, you know.
You know?
A cool Iron Maiden joke.
Like
Very culturally relevant.
It's always cultural. This is a pretty metal episode. There's some good metal imagery in
Yeah,
this one.
It is metal as fuck, is my thing with it. It pretty much ruled, but, like, I will say that, I mean, I watched the Donghua first because it's more easily digestible than a 115 chapter novel.
Yeah.
And there were a couple things in this episode that I, like, fucking lived for in the novel that they really kind of, like, either glossed over or, like, switched up to fit the whole 23-minute thing, which I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there were some things that I was like, oh, I really wish they would have, like, included that or expounded on that a little more. But, like, other than that, I mean,
there's one thing that I hope it's what I'm thinking it is, but we'll get there when we get to it.
What, the fact that the fucking tortoise looks like the Hydra from Hercules? Like a stop-motion animation Godzilla?
It doesn't look great.
It's fucking awful. I made 2 separate notes in my notes about how much I hated this fucking thing. Woo! I mean, I don't mean to disparage any quote-unquote hard work that the CGI animators did or didn't do.
I'm sure they worked very, very hard. Like,
for 5 whole minutes.
For 5 entire... No, I'm sure they did a very good job, but I'm also sure that, like...
doesn't really translate to having done a good job.
Yeah, it just doesn't look great.
Oh, God, and I always feel so bad talking about this kind of animation stuff because I just remember... Do you remember when, like, that guy directed the animation of episode 3 of Tengen Taba Gurren Lagann?
Episode 4, yes.
Episode 4, excuse me. And, like, everybody shat on it, and he was like, this is like being farted in the face. And I just think about, like, I don't know how I would feel if I were in that kind of position, but
Also, this turtle looks bad.
Shit fucking sucks, dude. It fucking sucks. I stand by my position that it sucks.
Oh, God.
Anyway, let's get into, like, the real mad-making part of this episode, which is
real quick, so we don't have news, but we have news that news is coming, and we're having to record this episode several days before it's gonna come out. And the news that we're gonna get is supposed to come out, like, tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, so basically what we're planning on doing is doing a little section on the news when it actually comes out, putting it in post, and then I guess just taking this entire part out in post.
No, I'm leaving this in, because it's a funny intro.
Okay, I love it. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it earlier this week, and I was like, okay, so we've gotten... The next season is supposed to start next month, right? And we've gotten 2 trailers.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten a bunch of official promo imagery.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of merch.
Extremely a lot of merch, and it makes me so sad because I want to buy all of it. But on the one hand, I'm broke. On the second hand, I think that I don't really want to be contributing to capitalism in that way anymore. And on the third, mutant hand, do not have any Weibo cash.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the main thing. But we've...
several roadblocks, only a couple of them moral.
Yeah. It's praxis, but... So we've gotten all that, but you know what we haven't gotten? Is a fucking release date, and this thing's supposed to start next month.
Yeah, you know, they're kind of just playing it fast and loose. I guess distracting us with shinies so they can be like, let's push it just one more week. Just get a little bit more terrible CGI in.
Here's a good picture of baby Wei Ying, but just keep your pants on because we don't know when we're actually starting this thing. Hey everybody, it's Sunday night, Roy and Ray.
Yeah, and we're here to tell you about shiny packaged capitalism.
So we said in the episode proper that we were expecting some news to come out, and it turns out that what we got, as we've gotten so many times, is ice cream.
Cornetto commercials. 2 of them. Two very well animated, very cute, minute-long Cornetto commercials.
They were very good commercials as far as commercials go.
Yeah, it wasn't like in the show when there are Cornettos and they just like copy paste the fucking physical like a picture of
a high-res
cornetto.
glossy JPEG of a cornetto.
These ones were a little more elegant and a little more well thought out.
Yeah, these look like actual like ancient Chinese cornetto. They look like crepes.
Yeah, a little bit. It's pretty cute.
They look like handmade cornettos.
Yeah, I like what they did with it. And the first one is it stars Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian and the juniors.
Yep. Yeah, but the baby Lan boys from
Lans.
the first 2 episodes. Remember when that happened?
Yeah. Remember the Lan boys?
Remember the framing device of the entire season?
Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, so the first one is just Lan Wangji creates a new ice cream flavor for Wei Wuxian, and they spy on him creating it, and it's just literally him fucking throwing chilies onto ice cream. And Wei Wuxian loves to see it.
He gotta love it.
And it's very cute. And then the second one is just Wei Wuxian and Jinliang, and it's Wei Wuxian being a crafty uncle, and he brought Jinliang some ice cream, and then Jinliang turns around because he hears a noise, and then Wei Wuxian has disappeared, and Wei
Wuxian does the "hey, look over there" thing, and then he fucks off. Yeah,
he fucks off, and he leaves him a note that I left you all the ice cream. Somebody's waiting for me. Sorry, please keep watch on Fairy because I'm terrified of it.
Hey, we haven't mentioned Fairy because Fairy hasn't shown up yet, but Fairy is a dog that Jinliang has.
Yeah, it's his special beautiful dog. And that they gave human eyes. Just like they gave the donkey human eyes for whatever godforsaken reason.
It's what animals have.
It's absolutely what animals have.
Baby Cat is sitting on top of the couch right now and I'm looking at her and she actually has eyes like that.
She does. But it's just a little unsettling. But it was cute,
yep.
But it wasn't actually news. It was just fucking cornetto commercials.
We got a new, publicity poster. Which has a lot of people in it. It has our... remembering correctly, clockwise from the bottom left, it's got Zhang Cheng,
mm-hmm.
It's got Jin Zixuan,
mm-hmm.
It's got Zhang Yanli,
yep.
It's got your boy Wei Ying in his fancy robes with his hair down.
The Yiling Lao Zhu boy.
Yeah, we got some Lan Wangji.
Yep.
We got some Lan Shichen.
Yes.
And we have a very, very little boy with some beautiful eyelashes who we have not met yet.
Very small, adorable boy.
Very small, very beautiful little boy in, some beige. I wonder who that could be, question mark.
I don't know!
Gee whiz.
Gosh, I just can't wait to find out.
Golly.
So, if these translators don't get on it immediately, I'm gonna riot, but I understand it's, kind of...
breaking news. Breaking commercials.
Definitely.
Breaking capitalism.
Breaking capitalism news. So yeah, that's basically what we were waiting for the past several weeks.
Yep. Still kinda no release date.
Yeah, they're keeping that a sexy little secret from us still. I guess they just want to, randomly spring it on us or something.
Yeah, they're just gonna guerrilla drop it on us from the sky.
Yeah, just surprise, here's your shit. Now stop bothering us.
Yeah.
I just, maybe at some point in the next week we'll actually get a release date, but until then we just get more cornetto commercials. Yay!
Who doesn't love iced cream?
It's content.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it, folks. Nothing to get excited about here. Just more consumerism.
Yeah, don't shoot the messenger. Just shoot the 10-cent penguin.
Please. Oh, don't shoot the 10-cent penguin.
Yeah,
we still gotta find season 2.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Season 2 is gonna drop while I'm at work. Just out of nowhere on a Wednesday night.
I'm gonna be out on a delivery and it's just gonna be surprise, here's season 2.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey, guess what? Yeah.
I hate this.
It's cool.
But, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
But
it's content.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Basically excited for nothing. Anyway.
You know how it is.
Future Roy and Ray pass to you, signing out.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be a Fall Out Boy thing where they're when is Fall Out Boy gonna come back? Pre-hiatus. This was 2 days pre-hiatus.
Deep
somebody
Fall
asked,
Out Boy lore.
Yeah, somebody asked Pete, notorious, disgusting shitmonger Wentz,
the criminal of Pete Wentz
about, is Fall Out Boy ever gonna get back together? And he was like, haha, don't hold your breath. And 2 days later, they announced that they were getting back together, and he's like, yeah, see, I told you not to hold your breath, because if you'd held your breath for 2 days, you would have died.
Like a funny epic troll.
Because he's
Pete.
so much smarter and wittier than the rest of us.
He's...
That was my Fall Out Boy minute.
You get the Mick minute, and you get the Fall Out Boy minute, the Fob minute.
I want the Panic at the Disco minute, because I have a lot to say about, notorious panderer Brandon of Yuri, but this is a Chinese Donghua podcast, so we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to be a good boy today.
What if pop punk bands were cultivation sex?
Did you mean my AU that I'm writing currently?
Who's the sect leader of Fallout Boy? It'd unfortunately have to be Pete, right?
Yeah, the rest of them are just kind of like...
That makes me sad, but it's true.
Yeah, well, the rest of them, decided that it was cool to apologize for his nasty-ass pedophilic behavior, so I don't have too much sympathy for that. Anyway, getting on to grandfather of demonic post-creation.
Yeah. So, episode 9, same boat.
Yeah, same boat.
Same boat.
Yeah.
This one just kind of picks up right where we left off, or right before we left off, was Big Turk.
Big Turk. We got Wang Lingjiao swinging that thing.
Yeah,
right towards Mian Mian's face, which... Great.
Yep.
And then we have Wei Wuxian jumping in the front, and we find out that the branding iron hits him in the chest.
Yeah, ow.
Yeah, very extreme ow. I mean, at least it wasn't in the face, but in the chest is bad.
Yeah,
and the first thing that pissed me off in this episode, because there were quite a few things that pissed me off in this episode, was, Wang Lingjiao thrusting the fucking red-hot branding iron at Mian Mian, and, WWX runs in the line of fire and gets fucking fried. And Wang Lingjiao is the one who cowers and needs comforting. That really ain't fucking it.
Okay, this took me, 2 watches to catch, but, I'm willing to forgive her on, a fraction of a count, because, there's, a very, very brief shot where Wei Wuxian, I don't know what he does exactly, but he, knocks her on her feet, 14 feet away.
Oh, shit. So I didn't even notice that.
She gets knocked on her ass, but, she also very much did brand him with a branding iron.
So, honestly, kind of...
It's impossible to say whether it's bad or not.
Yeah, impossible to say whether it's bad or not.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, she runs over to Wen Chao, she's the one who got hurt, and, then the turtle just, eats a Wen guy, which is horrifying.
Yeah, straight up.
Because I don't know about y'all, but being eaten alive, just the entire concept of that has been, one of my biggest and most irrational fears. Just kind of running consistently through my life, the idea of it is absolutely horrifying to me.
And I feel like a lot of humans probably share that sentiment because Attack on Titan exists. And
Attack on Titan does exist.
The entire point of Attack on Titan was
other than fascism.
Other than abject fucking fascism, was the concept of you're faced with this absolute horrifying man-eating thing that basically nobody can fight against.
Because they don't understand it.
They can't fight against it to any kind of meaningful degree because they don't understand it. There's basically no way to stop it, and it's just fucking straight up eating people.
It just be like that. There were some Attack on Titan cinematic parallels in this episode. We'll get there towards the end. I don't like to say it, but I will report on it when we get there.
I feel like
it's not the fascism apologism, to be honest, to be fair.
I feel like I will most likely agree with you on all of them and be like, oh my god, you're totally right, what the fuck, why didn't I think of that? And the answer to why didn't I think of it is because I actively repress all memories of being into Attack on Titan.
God, I wish that were me. .jpg.
Wow.
Anyway.
So shit breaks bad. The tortoise starts basically popping off on anyone and everyone, and they're
to quote Val Flight Cub, this turtle, she snapped.
She snapped! She fucking snapped! I'm still thinking about that a week and a half later. It's so fucking good.
And the Wen guys just fuck off and leave their swords behind, and they're block the exit, which is just cool to do.
Yeah, and Wen Chao gets out first and basically uses this as the excuse he was looking for to order them to kill absolutely everyone.
Yeah, he comes up, he pops up out of the ground like a mole, and he's and he's blaming everything on the Zhang sect because they started it, quote unquote, and he's kill them all, and then there's a Wen firework that goes up in the sky. I guess they just had those left over from the discussion conference. Yeah,
he calls for backup, and he basically calls for them to kill anybody who tries to get out of that cave. So, just to be clear, the Wen clan mandated a summer sleepaway camp, forced every major child from every cultivation family into a cave to almost certain death, and when the cultivators realized what they were getting into, once the Xuanwu slaughter woke up, they finally started rebelling, and that was when Wen Chao expressed the plan B, which had been plan B all along, which was killing all these kids themselves.
They don't count as people if they don't have red on.
No, of course not. Yeah,
Meanwhile, Wen Chao is running up above with his pants falling off.
Yeah, he's making a total idiot out of himself.
Anyway, so then we go back down into the cave, and Jin Zixuan is doing praxis again.
He is. Good. He just grabs up one of the swords and starts running after the wing guy and tries to kick their ass. It's pretty good.
He's hanging back. Yeah, a couple people I think like try to follow the winds out, but he's hanging back because he's a true comrade. Misogynistic opinions aside,
they can learn. They can learn. We will all give people a platform to learn.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Huaisong like peeks out from behind a stalactite, stalagmite, and
one of them.
What a baby! And he's like, I guess we're trapped, and he just looks so cute in this one frame, and that's why I'm crying.
He's the most sweetest face.
He's such a baby.
Just looking into the face of certain death.
Looking into the face of certain baby.
Well, Willie in trouble now, huh, Wei Wuxian?
Poor Wei.
Oh, well, Willie in trouble now.
That's the voice he uses at home whenever he needs to get out of trouble.
And so, like, everybody's following, and you will notice watching the episode that one certain perfect boy is kind of lagging behind and, like, looking at Wei Wuxian like, oh, well, what's he gonna do? And that boy is Xuanwu, of course, because he has to always be where the chaos is, and the chaos is usually Wei Wuxian.
Yeah, the chaos is all... Wait, that's just his other name.
Wei Wuxian's caretaker? Wei Wuxian's dad?
Oh, I thought you were... No, I meant chaos is Wei Wuxian's other name.
Oh, yeah, chaos is definitely Wei Wuxian's other name.
Everyone has, like, 5 names, but chaos is just one of them.
Mm-hmm. He's total chaos.
Yeah, he's total chaos. Oh my god.
Wow. Should we explain total chaos to the viewers? Take another brief tangent. Because I feel like culturally, total chaos
is a very important facet of Roy Ray lore.
It's a milestone in Roy Ray lore.
We were at the mall one time, and there was a car in the mall parking lot.
Which we have never seen again.
We've never seen
again.
Not
even once.
And the car was like a regular sedan, like a 4-door. And it was just covered head to tip, nose to tip, in
airbrushed portraits.
Airbrushed portraits of Sonic the Hedgehog, the cast, and also some, I think, Sonic OCs.
And Total Chaos was also spray painted really cool on, like, either the hood of it or, like, the back part of the trunk or the side. I can't remember, but it was there in very stark clarity. It was the Total Chaos car, so I keep it in my heart, in my head every day.
You see Total Chaos, you get to see it once in your lifetime, and then it goes away like a comet.
Yeah.
I
just saw Total Chaos. I don't know the rest of that song, sorry.
It comes and goes like Hail Bop, and you have to kill yourself and put on some bad sneakers in order to catch a ride on it to go to your home planet and start your new life. That's what Marshall Applewhite told me. Anyway, Wei Wuxian is, like, telling Jiangcheng, like, not to carry him, and then Myungyan comes over and, like, thanks him, and
I think it's...
fucking takes the opportunity to keep flirting after, like, all of this.
Yeah, I have down Wei Wuxian, please stop flirting with Myungyan in this extreme life or death situation challenge. Yeah. And also, can we just...
She doesn't even pay attention to it, though.
She doesn't even fucking care. She's just like terrible. He's like, why are you crying? You can't be crying.
How about you comfort me instead?
Yeah, I can't be comforting you. But, like, let me just for a minute, I want to talk about how fucking, like, petty and passive-aggressive Wei Wuxian being like, it's okay, Jiangcheng, you don't have to carry me. It's not like I broke a leg or anything. Hello? Like,
Jiangcheng isn't even trying to do anything. He's just, like, standing there like, dude, you okay?
He's just fucking, Wei Wuxian is just fucking salty that he wasn't able to carry his best friend Lan Chan while his leg was broken.
So Myungyan, like, gives him her little satchel of herbs, her potpourri, and she's like, you might need this, and Lan Wangji is so fucking jealous.
Oh, extremely.
He's so mad.
He's just so, wow, he is so deeply jealous in this episode, and it's so fucking funny, because it's clear that, like, he doesn't have any, like, malicious intent in his jealousy. He just, like, has no idea how to handle himself or his own feelings, or, like, why he is feeling this way about Wei Wuxian flirting with a girl.
I was thinking about how, like, it's been 3 years, but they're still teens, but also he's, like, 19 at this point.
Yeah.
And he still has no idea what he's doing, which is, like, kind of a mood, let's be real.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm gonna flip my chair backwards and get real with you for a minute. LGBT people in most cultures, especially, like, socially oppressive and repressive cultures, like, you know, or Americas, or I don't know, like fantasy ancient China or something.
In your Chinese vampire times.
Yeah, a lot of the
Gusulans.
time when we have these kinds of feelings, we're completely confused by them and sort of try and reject them because it's not what we've been told is normal. And so when we experience these feelings, we either try to ignore them completely and it destroys us, or we're like, what is this? What the fuck is this? Why do I feel like this?
And you spend half of your time internet mad.
Yeah.
Which is what I have been doing. I'm 30 years old and I'm still doing it.
I'm always internet mad. No matter how out of a lesbian I am, always gonna be internet mad.
Yeah.
That's an unchanging facet.
Yeah, but that's the I in LGBTQIA.
Oh yeah, internet mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like denial and jealousy, especially like not necessarily misplaced jealousy, but just sort of jealousy that you don't understand,
jealousy
is a
that you don't know what to do with it.
Pretty common facet of the gay and especially the closeted gay experience.
Oh yeah.
So I empathize with him. I do.
Good, and he's real, and he's my friend, and
he's correct.
He is correct.
He has some real good takes.
To me. Speaking of his good takes, remember last episode when I said, hey, remember that there's maple trees outside?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Longji's like, hey, there's maple leaves in here in this cave at the bottom of the lake that the big turtle is in. And Jiangcheng puts it together and he makes, like, thinking emoji face.
He does.
Yeah, and
it's really good.
His eyes start glowing. And he's like, okay, so that means something, there's another exit that's, like, through the water. And, like, so, like, if we go down through the water, we'll be able to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, turtle, so...
Big boy.
Big turtle. So,
but also, when the turtle is not awake or like fully conscious, it moves very slow.
Yeah.
And if you're quiet and you're careful, you will probably be able to get out. And that's the plan that they formulate. They're like, well, we're gonna do this, we're gonna go scout, and Wei Wuxian obviously offers to be the first scouting one, and Jiangcheng is like, oh, aren't you injured? He's like, I got hurt so many times in Yunmeng, and I was still the fastest swimmer, so fuck with me. Both middle fingers up, just goes right ahead, and he's the fastest swimmer.
We should mention that the turtle went back to sleep. He had a little snack, and now he's a boy. Yeah,
he's satisfied now.
Yeah,
for now.
He's just taking a little nappy, and so so Wei Wuxian and Jiangcheng take a little dip. Take a little dip. Take a little dip with me.
Yeah, and see.
Anyway.
Yes.
So, hey, my next note is just corpse mud.
Yeah, corpse mud sucks.
Yeah, okay, so, like, they're swimming around, and, like, the turtle is taking up most of this water, but there's also, like, this junk around, and, like, I say junk because I don't know if this is a mound of decomposing flesh, or if it's, like, turtle shit.
It was a lot...
Because it's like, it's skulls, right? Like, you see a lot of, like, people-ish forms, but it's also supposed to be the people that the turtle has eaten. So does it take, like, person-shaped shits?
I think it's just, like...
Or is it magic?
It, like, sucks their life force out and just sends out the, like, dried-up husk of a person. Probably. But, like...
But it's mud, though.
But it... Oh, fuck. Stomach acids?
It just reminds... Okay, you know what? I know what this is. It's that SCP... where it's the big barnacle, and when you go inside it, it's made out of people.
I don't know if that's a particularly relatable reference, but I can see where you're coming from, and you're
fucking
valid.
bad. I made it already, so that's what it is.
But anyway, like, one of the things that I think that I liked a lot in the book, and by liked, I meant hated to see and read it, but, like, it would have been kind of cool, is, like, this gigantic inner lake in this cave in the book was so tainted by, like, dead people and resentful energy and shit that the water was basically black. Yeah. And that would have been really difficult to animate, and I understand that, but, like, it would have been sick as fuck. It would have been sick as fuck, and, like, it's just, like,
and it's okay.
I don't know, would have made more sense than the weird, like, corpse mud in my onion.
But it would have looked good because they do know what they're doing with lighting, which is why it's dark and you can't see anything.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly. It's just like in critically acclaimed,
Emmy award winning
HBO's
Game of Thrones
TV show Throne of Games.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100% like it.
Television's Game of Games.
Yeah.
So, the dead Wen guy floats by and then...
And it scares Wei Wuxian.
Yeah.
It's like, bah!
Yeah, and then turtles be rousing.
Turtles be rousing, and I tell you what, Wei Wuxian gets up onto that shore, because he's racing away from it, that turtle's tail be whipping.
Whipping.
It's whipping.
Yeah, like, Lan Wangji and Jin Zixuan and Nie Huaisang are, like, looking at the water up above, and they're like, did they die? Hey, and then Wei Wuxian comes up, but so does Turkmeat. So,
like, I wish y'all could have heard the noise of abject fucking disgust I made the minute that tortoise head popped out of the water. Like, that shit really is on the same level as, like, the Hydra and Hercules. Like, it'd be some high-budget shit in the 1990s, but here it's just like,
I don't think it even would have been high-budget shit in the 90s. Like, it was like, it smacks Wei Wuxian with its tail, and then suddenly it's bad CGI. It's been 2D animated until this point.
You could have gone with claymation and accomplished the same visual effect. For real. Like, it's that bad. It's
very bad. And it's, like, kind of jerky. They could have put a dude in a funny Godzilla suit and it would have looked better.
Like one of those cool inflatable ones. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's real bad. Like, my only note on how it looks is, like, suddenly it's bad CGI, and then I have a screen cap of it, and then I just say, it looks bad, dude, and then I carry on. Like, what else can you say?
It really looks bad, dude. It looks
like, this is a good show.
Yeah.
But this turtle don't look good, so Lan Wangji shoots an arrow at it.
And very good sign when you shoot an arrow at the giant monster, and it just takes.
And then, like, in the middle of all this, Huaisang is like, hey, Wei Wuxian, did you find anything? And he's like, nah, it's on my homie JC now. And speaking of homie, he comes out of the water and, like, he actually does the good thing of serpentining away from the turtle.
Yeah, it's really smart and cool of him. He's my best boy.
Yeah, and the turtle's normal 2D animation now.
Thank God.
It looks so much better.
It really does. Just please stick with the 2D. Like, you did not have to do all that. There was literally no purpose to that.
This is where all the big Cornetto bucks went. That's how money works. Anyway, then there's like a big light, and Wei Wuxian is praying to the Lord of Light.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. AKA he just sets off a Wen fire talisman that he janked off of another Wen person's body. Oh, is that what it is?
I thought he was just doing magic.
I'm pretty sure that was what it... Well, okay, I'm definitely going off the books, because he just stole a bunch of fire talismans off some, like, dead Wen people and used them. Okay. But, like, I guess in the series, it doesn't really look like he pulled out a talisman or anything. I'm just, I guess it's just his cool little magic thing.
I mean, it could have been... Because I just would have totally bought it if he had done magic, because considering the last episode where Lan Wangji just, like, Hadokened Suchet up against the wall.
Yeah.
He could just do that.
Yeah, Suchet deserved it. Yeah, and he definitely deserves. Of him, oh man, so Suchet is running away.
Yeah, well, while Wei Wuxian is like, he's distracting the turtle with fire magic, and he's like, all right, everybody follow Zhangcheng and get the fuck out of here. And who the fuck all is here? It's like it's Wei Wuxian,
Zhangcheng, Huaisang,
Lan Wangji, Jin Zixuan, Mian Mian, Suchet, and a couple randos.
Yeah, you got them all. You got them all in the randos.
That's everybody that matters. Anyway, so Suchet looks back and he sees Wei Wuxian, and he also sees a bow and arrow on the ground. And Wei Wuxian's magic is going away, and Suchet makes, like, thinking face.
Yeah, extremely thonking face.
Yeah, thonking face. And and then, like, Wei Wuxian's magic is going away, which means the turtle is CG again.
Yep.
And then an arrow hits Wei Wuxian in the damn arm.
Yeah, right in the arm. Right? And, like...
Yeah.
It cuts to Suchet, he's like, I'm sorry, I meant to shoot the monster, and like, how the fuck are we supposed to know that? Like, Suchet, please go home, you've embarrassed yourself, and now you shot Lan Wangji's one-sided boyfriend, so you're really gonna get it.
Yeah, Lan Wangji is not buying it for a second. He looks at Suchet like, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining, and he's like, yeah, and Wei Wuxian is mad.
He should have just sat there and ate his food.
He should have
just sat there and ate his food.
Wei Wuxian just tears the arrow out of his arm and then yells at the turtle like Jon Snow.
Yeah, literally, just like nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck off, go on without me. Yeah. I'll do this.
Yeah, he tells Zhangcheng to get everyone out of there, and then everybody's like angry, sad face about it, and then the turtle roars and rocks fall, and then we're outside, and Zhangcheng is fucking mad.
Oh dude. Yeah, like I know I said Lan Wangji was pissed off with Suchet, but the real person everybody should be afraid of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the real person everybody should be afraid of is Zhangcheng. Like we all have seen what happens when you touch somebody important to him. Like look at Jin Liang in the beginning of the series. I'm just surprised Yang Chang only punched him and didn't just attack him like a wild chimpanzee.
He was about to.
Out. He was fixing to.
He was about to end this man's whole life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Huaisong is like having to try to hold him back. Like, he's like, dude, chill.
Please, God.
Like, we gotta get Bro Wei out of here. I fucking, ever since Alex pointed that out last episode, I can't stop seeing it and how good it is to me.
We gotta get Bro Wei out of here.
Bra.
And it's in the Mandarin, it's a honorific that he uses, not just like Bro Wei.
Yeah.
It's like Wei Xiang.
Yeah.
So it's like a little.
It's kind of like your Japanese, your kun or your chan.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Jinzi Xuan is good, actually. He's like, he's like talking to Suche, and he's like, no, what does he say? No one but yourself knows what your real intentions were. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Jinzi Xuan extremely good.
He's pretty fucking good, dude.
I like him.
That's the conclusion that I'm coming to.
I like this man.
He's getting better every episode. He's getting better every episode. Practice is getting better. The way he treats women will eventually get a little bit better. Still gonna have to wait for that. Just needs a little bit of time.
They don't have a whole lot of women respecting Juice and Wanling, so he's
not even remotely.
He's deficient, but it's okay. He'll get an injection soon enough. So then everyone's.
They really don't have anyone respecting Juice. Let them. Spoilers over.
Anyway,
right.
So everyone's like, all right, what do we do? And Zhangcheng's like, all right, well, let's split up, gang, and we'll all go different ways and try to find help. And then just some arrows come out and murk the two randos because they're unimportant seeking missiles.
They're literally the red shirts. So, and when Chow pops up and he's like, ha, y'all aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, he's just on like a big rock forming a good fascism militia.
Yeah, and suddenly huge horde of arrows comes rushing towards them.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Super great and cool.
Yeah, and then we're back in the cave.
We're back in the cave.
Well, Wei Wuxian's doing some magic. He's trying to do some magic.
Oh yeah, trying.
And there's some blue light. And guess who's here?
You boy stayed.
And he's doing magic. But, like, the thing about what's happening with Lan Wangji right now is that his arm is, like, very in the turtle's mouth.
Yeah, it's, and he really is.
The turtle, like, lifts him up and starts just swanging.
Yeah, swanging like, shit is serious when Lan Zhan makes any kind of noise, like especially a pained one.
Yeah, he like barely makes any noise though. He like makes like two grunts. He's just like, this is happening.
I mean, I'm just glad that here they didn't really depict him getting tossed around by the tortoise like a chew toy. Like, they didn't make it as egregious as old girl did in the book.
Yeah.
Because it was bad in the book. Like, she depicted him just, like, getting swung around by the bitch.
She likes gore.
She does. And you know what? She's pretty valid.
Yeah, like, but... I mean, given the circumstances, okay, it's not gore to be horny, thank God. It's gore because, like, war and nasty shit.
Yeah.
And also to point out how, like, war crimes, the war crimes they commit are.
Oh, very much extremely. Yeah. None of it is pointless or, like, romanticizing it. It's all.
It's just bad to hear. But,
it's bad to hear, but
it's bad to read and picture, but we'll talk about it when we talk about the books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's getting swung around, and there's, like, creepy chanting in the background at this point.
Which is great and super reassuring.
Yeah. And, like, the turtle, like, chucks Lan Wangji up into the air and is, like, about to eat him, and then Wei Ying just, like, comes up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he vaults himself up and pushes him out of the line of fire.
He says, let's launch over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bumps him out of the way.
Just fucking somersaults him onto the ground.
And the turtle's like, alright then, well, I'm about to head back to sleep.
Alright, I'm about to head out.
So he just goes back to sleep. He's like, alright, that's enough of that.
It's enough energy for the day for me.
And so they get to, like, a little secluded part of the cave where the turtle can't see, and Lan Wangji's leg is real fucked up, dude.
Extremely fucked up. And Wei Wuxian's first reaction is to immediately tear his clothes off and start wrapping them around Lan Wangji's leg, which is valid.
He just, like, plunks 2 2x4s down on the ground because he has them.
No, yeah, just, he had him in his cool, his Chankun sleeve.
You never know.
Which is the little, it's like a bag of holding, but it's in your sleeve. It's like an accommodation that writers in this genre made for, like, bags of holding. It's just like, check out their sleeves! There's a dog in there! I got Pat's sleeve. I can keep anything in this baby. Run her for miles.
Remember how they eventually end up keeping, like, an entire large dead man's body in a sleeve?
Yeah, it's fucking great. Oh my god, it's great.
God, I wish that were me. Anyway, so Wei Wuxian is, like, making a splint for Lan Wangji, and he's shirtless, and Lan Wangji's, like, nervous, horny.
Yeah, extremely nervous, horny.
Yeah, and Wei Wuxian, like, pulls out the little bag of herbs that Miao Miao gave him, and is like, alright, we're gonna put these on there, because they're Healy herbs.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, when we get back, we'll have to thank her properly. And Lan Wangji's like, you mean harass her, probably, which is
and
such
he's
a
like,
good line.
God, exactly. Like, I feel like Lan Zhan's sense of humor is very slept on, but he's fucking funny. Like, I don't know. I just
He's
like
so good.
the only examples I can come up with are from the books and would be like huge spoilers at this point, but he's fucking hilarious. Like when he wants to be. It's just incredibly dry and quiet and concise. But
He's so good.
he's funny. And it's like, and Wei Ying in response is like, it doesn't count as harassment if I'm the one doing it. It's not a good look.
He's canceled, actually.
He's canceled. Like maybe listen to the jealous homosexual this time. He's got a point. He really has a point.
This is the Wei Wuxian call-out episode.
This is, because listen, you need to drink more of that fucking respecting women juice. You need to eat more of the respecting women lotus seed pods. Because this shit is not working for me right now.
Yeah, and I am exactly as mad about this as Lan Wangji is. Like, he's real pissed off. But, like, Wei Wuxian being so blasé about flirting, like, this is kind of where, like, it finally clicked for me. Like, okay, his, like, just so, like, laissez-faire about flirting and just being annoying on purpose in general, and, like, of course he wouldn't notice if someone actually had feelings for him. He's too focused on engaging in active dipshittery.
He just likes to do shit for attention. Like, he's the textbook definition of a class clown.
Yeah, exactly.
He will do whatever it takes to get attention so long as it's not actively detrimental to another person.
Yeah.
So that's where he's coming from. And so when people come at him, like, actively flirting, he's like...
He doesn't even notice.
It doesn't
even cross his mind that it would be a possibility.
Literally. It's just so funny to me. And so then now
we get the Wangji gaze, where Wei Wuxian is talking and the camera just goes right to his titties.
Yes, thank God.
He's out, and he's got that big nasty burn from the iron on it, and you can kind of see the Wen sigil, like, starting to show up in the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
Which I thought that was cool how they did that. Like, you know, it looks like it was recently formed, and it doesn't look like the type of thing that happens in, like, cartoons sometimes where, like, somebody gets hit with something and immediately there's a bruise.
Yeah.
You know,
it takes a little while.
Yeah.
It was pretty realistic and kind of cool.
They didn't bonk him in the chest and he has a big knot growing out of it, you know, with little hairs, and there aren't birds tweeting around his head.
Oh, Jesus. And so he's still, and, like, It should stand to be noted that up until this point, he has not complained about his own wounds a single bit. He has not bothered trying to dress his own wounds a single bit. He's been focusing solely on Lan Wangji.
Yeah, and he tells Lan Wangji to give him the herbs so he can, like, disinfect his nasty leg, and Lan Wangji just shoves the herbs onto his burn. He just, like, smacks.
He literally, like, smacks him.
Yeah. It's that good Vicks Vapor Rub moment.
Yeah, because he, you know, probably isn't too used to touching other people, and Vicks, also, like...
Yeah, especially not a cute boy chest.
Yeah, extremely not a cute, nippleless boy chest.
Nippleless boy
chest.
Let us
never forget, there are no nipples in this show ever.
They haven't cultivated to the point where they form nipples. That comes after the Golden Core.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright.
Somewhere in the Wen barracks is the nipple melting hand.
Ooh.
That's a different guy.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, he's real.
That's like, is getting nipples after cultivation like earning a bishop hat? Where they're just kind of like accessories that you can put on and take off, and they're signifiers of your status as a cultivator?
It's like a Boy Scout or like a Girl Scout patch that you get for accomplishing a task.
Mm-hmm.
You get it, and like, it gets attached to you, and it's kind of hard to remove. It can be, but like, why would you want to?
You just use a seam ripper on the nipples.
Yeah.
Just a seam ripper.
But
anyway,
the nippler.
The nippler. I don't like that at all.
Well, too bad.
He runs out of fabric while he's tending to Lan Zhan's wounds, and he's like, all right, well, give me the headband. And Lan Zhan, of course, is like the first of about 20 times this episode, he goes, Wei Ying!
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's his favorite thing to say.
Wei Ying is his favorite thing to say. It's basically him calling Wei Ying, like, babe.
Yeah.
Come on! Because Ying literally means infant.
Yeah. His name literally uses the character for infant, which is the funniest shit in the world, because
it is.
when I'm desperate for content, and I do the thing where I find, like, a piece of fan fiction that's written in Mandarin and I run it through Google Translate because that's how desperate I am, sometimes it'll come back and it'll translate, like, Ah Ying into a baby, which is the funniest shit in the world.
Not even baby, just a baby?
Well, because they're calling him Ah Ying.
Yeah.
But it leaves the ah, but it's a baby.
That's fucking
capital
amazing.
A, capital B, baby.
Just, like, literally, like, I can't get over it. Every single time Lan Wangji says, Wei Ying, I just think, like, come on, babe! Be careful, babe! Do not roughhouse, babe! Whatever, you know that shit.
But yeah, right before this, Lan Wangji, like, tells him, hey, if you know something's gonna be hurt, be more careful, and Wei Wuxian's like, well, Miao Miao's a girl, like, if she gets hit with this thing, it'll fuck her up forever. You have no idea how much women respecting juice I drink. Not enough.
And Lan Zhan's like, it'll fuck you up too.
Yeah!
And he's like really hurt about it.
He is! He says, your scar will last forever too, and I'm like,
boy!
If you ain't gonna care for you, then I'm gonna do it twice as much.
Wow, I am sitting in a pool of my own tears.
I definitely did not cry at this episode.
Oh man, I extremely did not cry 2 separate times at this episode.
Yeah, it's definitely not on my list of pieces of media that have made me cry. But,
and if it was, I wouldn't acknowledge it.
Yeah, and Wei Wuxian is like, this scar is nothing for a man, while Lan Wangji is losing his mind, like, and Wei Wuxian is like, he's so stubborn, he's still enduring it by himself. Like, yeah, probably, but he very much did also just do everything he could to save your ass and is now grasping at his heart literally while you sit there balling up your own well-being and tossing it into the toilet right after he lost fucking everything else he has. So,
God!
Just JS.
Just, like, honestly, like, aside from the fantasy fascism, aside from the clan murdering, I definitely think that the most heartbreaking element of Modao Zushi as a property is just the miscommunication.
Yeah.
And just the missed opportunities for actually communicating with each other that could have helped everything just kind of be better.
Yeah.
It would have been really nice in certain circumstances if they had just, like, been able to communicate effectively with each other, or if Wei Ying hadn't been so fucking ignorant.
If he hadn't been so dumb of ass.
Dumb of ass. Pure of heart, but dumb of ass. Extremely. But, like, anyway,
yeah,
so
he's
he's
like, give me your chastity ribbon, and he tries to grab it, and Lan Wangji's like, makes, like, big eyes, and he's like, no!
He's so fucking obsessed with the forehead ribbon!
They do a tug-of-war, like funny dogs.
Yeah! He's like, oh, is it really that important to you? And of course he doesn't answer. Is it more important
than your leg?
Yeah.
And then my next note is just, this isn't blood, it's victory wine.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because this is where Lan Wangji, like, just ralphs up some blood.
Oh yeah, he gets so mad that he just, like, throws up blood, which
that
is
never
normal.
happened. I mean, yeah, it happens to me on the daily.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Wei Wuxian is just like, okay, good, I love it. Because it's, like, good that he does that.
Yeah, he's like, he threw out the bad blood, now it's not in there anymore. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, but I don't have enough experience to actually argue with you.
But go off.
Yeah, go off, I guess.
So then he's like, geez, dude, I knew your sect was all about, like, I got to look good, but I didn't think you'd get so mad about a ribbon. And, like, Lan Wangji shoves him. And I think this is, like, where, I'm not sure if this is exactly the place, but this is what I'm thinking the show did to substitute the extremely good thing that happens at about this point in the novel, where he fucking, so in the novel, Lan Wangji just bites Wei Wuxian.
Yeah, he straight up bites him.
He just bites him, and it's a thing that he does several times in the novel.
He just has kind of a fixation, just like Wei Ying has a fixation on his fucking forehead ribbon. Lan Zhan likes to bite.
He's just a biter. Some people
He
bite.
likes to bite, especially when he's drunk. You ever just gnaw on your crush like a milk bone?
Lan Zhan's be chomping.
Lan Zhan's be chomping. Fuck. So basically after this, they get to talking about the tortoise and its weaknesses and, what they're going to do about it.
Before that, Wei Wuxian says, like, we faced death together and you're still being so weird. Like, what the fuck, dude? And, like,
oh my god.
And then Lan Wangji thanks him, and this definitely may or may not have made me cry, possibly.
Yeah.
Then they start talking about the turtle.
Yeah.
And I'm still not crying my eyes out, but Wei Wuxian is like lighting a fire and they start talking about the turtle and like turtles be observing, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the tortoise is basically like your typical video game boss. Yeah. Like there is one exact tiny little hitbox spot on its entire nasty leathery body where you can kill it. Yeah. Like it's fucking abysmal. Yeah. But it's like this little spot of scales underneath its neck. And they talk about how they could possibly do it. And then they talk about the fact that this thing is a fucking, like, basically a legendary creature that
It's a legendary Pokemon.
It's a legendary Pokemon that a bunch of other cultivation clans had tried to get together to defeat, like, hundreds of years ago or some shit, and they couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah, which is how you know that two injured teens are probably going to be able to pull it off.
Oh, absolutely!
Yeah. And, yeah, so the Xuanwu of Slaughter is Pokemon going to die.
And Wei Ying is like, well, alright, well... Gusulan is pretty close, but like it'll probably still take a few days for reinforcements to get there because they took their swords, and Lan Zhan's like, nobody is going to come.
This also broke my heart.
This fucking wrecked me. It absolutely wrecked me. Like I have a whole note about it because I'm just fucking like, oh my god, just like basically, you know, Gusulan sect burned down in Miami, like, and Wei Ying is like, oh my god, are they okay? And like Lan
they
Zhan's
died,
like,
but they're fine.
They died, but they're fine. And he starts crying. And watching Lan Wangji cry is absolutely the most heartbreaking part of this episode, like unquestionably.
He gets the big teary baby eyes.
Oh, Jesus. And then it starts to fall in.
Yeah, because he's talking about like the depth of kind of the situation. Because like his dad is not just fucked up, his dad is like dying. Because of what happened, and, like, his brother's missing! He doesn't know where he big bro am!
Yeah, he fucking, like, he didn't fuck off, he just disappeared.
Yeah, he just disappeared. And...
He lost fucking everything. He has lost everything, and this summer sleepaway camp, like we keep referring to it, it's actually more, you know, like a work camp if we're gonna do that. It's just like adding insult to injury, and, like, here's this dude that we have seen as incredibly stoic, it just to the point of almost being perceived as emotionlessness if you, you know, don't know how to read the right cues or whatever. Not saying that as an elitist, but
it's like what the dudes in Yumeng said when like Wei Wuxian went back and they were like, "Oh, you met Lan Wangji. I hear you like freeze within 3 steps of him." And Wei Ying is like, "He's just a dude," and it's like, Here's just a dude, and he lost fucking everything. He's just a sad little 19-year-old child boy.
Oh my god. And I just, like, it hurt me so hard.
It's bad. And Wei Wuxian tries to comfort him, and then he's like, be quiet,
you're really annoying.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, is this gay panic?
It might
staring
be
at butterfly. Is this gay panic? Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Oh god. So he wipes his tears and he like sniffles, and this was good voice acting, baby boy. And he's like, all right, let's wait for 3 days and then we'll see. And then we go back up topside. We're outside. Yeah. And Zhang Cheng he's running.
He's like, you better fucking make it, Wei Wuxian. He's running away from you know, the winds that are obviously trying to kill him.
He beat the fuck up too.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit. He's been roughed up, and he's just like, just fucking Wei Wuxian, you better make it. I'll kick your fucking ass myself. I'll break your fucking legs. That's what Zhang Cheng loves to say.
He loves to say.
The favorite phrase that he does love to say in here is, I'll break your legs.
It's a famous phrase among older siblings, I guess. Or,
honestly?
Like, kind of caretaker roles in this series.
I'm just trying to imagine you telling your brother that you'll break his legs.
I probably could if I sat on it in the right way. And, like, wiggled, I guess. I couldn't break my brother's leg if I tried.
For reference,
my brother is like 4 times my size.
He looks like...
My brother is Jotaro Kujo.
Yeah, that's basically fucking it.
My brother is very large, and he's 6 years younger than me.
He's extremely large. There's like...
He does MMA, and he works at a doggy daycare.
I always forget he works at the fucking doggy daycare now. Absolute perfect, horrible human being. He's like kind of, he's good. He's kind of a dickhead, but he's good.
My brother is good. Anyway, then it's night, and Zhang Cheng is like still going, and he found himself a stick at least.
Yeah, he's a limping.
He found himself podcast the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where there was 2 sets of footprints.
But anyway,
it was Eden and David carrying him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so it cuts to, I'm guessing 3 days later, because they're like, all right, Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Let's get it poppin'.
He splits a rock with the Gucci string, which you can just do.
Yeah, it's the cord assassination technique.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring up a thing that they don't bring up in this episode, but they bring it up in the book at this part, which rules to me.
The cord assassination technique was trademarked and created by a woman, a female
sect leader.
A female sect leader, folks.
Lan Yi.
Who would have guessed that the Lan sect, who segregates their male and female cultivators, also a thing that we find out in the book, like very, very late on in the book, but in the book regardless. They had a female sect leader at one point, and she fucking ruled.
Yep.
And this was
so killer string technique, cord assassination technique, whichever way you want to translate it. So they use that to set up like the spy movie tripwire.
Yeah. They basically string it all around the cave because, better safe than sorry, am I right?
Yeah. Big turtle, after all.
Oh, yeah.
So Wei Wuxian says he's gonna go lure the turtle out, and then he's swamming.
He's swamming, and he sees this weird, like, kind of a red miasma under the water. He's like,
amid all
that?
the, like, collection of... Dude, these skulls are, like... So, the way the corpse mud looks is, like, it literally looks like if a big barnacle were made out of skulls. They're all kind of, like, melded together and, like, screaming. It's very metal, actually, to me.
And can I just say, like, one thing? Can we talk about, briefly, Lan Wangji's expression before Wei Wuxian leaves to go underwater when he tells him to be careful? Oh my god. He just, like, the, like, pain in his face and,
he's
like,
so
the
worried.
worry. I can't fucking take it.
He's
oh
so
my
worried.
god, he's so cute and he's so sweet, and there is one person in this room who actually cares for the well-being of Wei Wuxian, and
it's
it's
not
Wei Wuxian. It's not Wei Wuxian, folks.
He ain't doing it.
So he's fucking doing it. He goes and he finds this miasma, so he swims through there and he sees this sword.
With a severed hand still holding onto it.
With a severed hand still holding onto it. And the thing about this sword is that...
It's rusty as shit.
First of all. Second of all, it's been in this cave just collecting the resentful energy of the hundreds or thousands of people who have been murdered by this tortoise for hundreds of years. So it's fucking cursed. It's cursed as fuck. It is chock full of the sphere hurting juice.
It is
what I'm talking about?
As Jesus Christ.
The core hurting juice is strong in this. It's the core hurting sword. Like that's the those are the characters inscribed onto the side. Like it was forged to be the core hurting sword. That's totally a lie.
It says ooh ow.
Yeah, it says ooh ow.
Yeah.
But and so the minute he even comes close to this sword, these nasty little spirits start coming out and attacking his golden core.
Sort of a tentacle vibe.
Absolutely a tentacle vibe. And they just start coming out, and it like alerts the tortoise that somebody is down there fucking around. So of course the tortoise wakes up.
And he bites. He say chomp. Turt say chomp.
Yeah, and so Wei Ying goes into there.
Yeah, Wei Ying get eaten.
And let me tell you, usually
I hate that we get tentacles and then vor one after another.
Usually when my favorite part of a protagonist getting swallowed by an animal is when they inevitably like cut their way out of the animal after that, which is basically what happens here, but it's like it's more on the inside because the tortoise's skin is so tough, and like so at one point it like cuts to a shot of Wei Ying like in the creature's throat with like the sword shoved into its throat, and
dude,
he's holding
jacked
on.
Too.
He's fucking juiced. Oh my god, he is diesel. Like I wouldn't have. That was something that I noticed earlier on in the episode when he was like half shirtless. Like he's fucking diesel. Like not even just like the soft anime boy 6-pack. It's like.
He's fucking ripped.
Absolute washboard fucking abs on this 19-year-old boy.
He's still, like, lean.
Oh, yeah.
He's not, like, super, like, bara, but he's, like, definitely very...
And I mean, I would have expected nothing less. Like, if they had made him a twink, I would have never forgiven them.
More of a twunk vibe.
Definitely a twunk vibe. I love the twunk. The twunk title for Wei Wuxian, I think, is the most accurate out of any of them.
The twunk title.
The twunk title. That's World Championship twunk title.
That's his title that he earns. That's his cultivation title.
Twunk.
It's,
Twunk June.
Twunk June.
Twunk June, absolutely.
But, his hair came undone, too.
I know, it's so beautiful.
His hair is flowing everywhere. It's very long. And
My beautiful baby boy.
And
so the tortoise ends up getting like caught up in the strings.
Yeah, the turtle brings his head up out of the water, and he's not having a good time.
No,
he's like,
not at all.
He's like flailing a little bit, and like his mouth is glowing, and I was like, well, I mean, me when my gallbladder's doing its thing. So.
Absolutely, like it's understandable.
It's bad, and then there's like a shot where it's like it literally looks like a Godzilla screenshot where it like he opens his mouth and just this like beam comes out.
It's pretty cool, and that was one of the other things.
It's tummy energy.
That was one of the other things that like made me think of that fucking claymation stop motion ass shit from the 60s, because it looks exactly like that. It looks like a Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
this kaiju is gonna get them all.
And Lan Wangji's watching all this, and he like tightens his grip on his little stringlings. And that turns the turtle CGI again.
Yep.
Lan Wangji's just swinging around.
Yeah, he's swinging. It's really fun, actually. It's fun to look at and to see. And eventually,
we get the good, cool fight music with the drums. And
like basically like a Mission Impossible kind of thing, but with a Gucci.
Yeah. Turt hates it.
Turt hates it. In fact, Turt hates it so much that it just gets kind of guillotined after a little bit.
Yeah, the strings catch on fire for reasons.
Yeah, just kind of like holy fire, probably.
Yeah, just kind of a fire happens.
He puts some spirit into it, even though he's, been practicing in Edia for like 4 days and is probably, and has a broken leg and fucked up arm and shit, but like he's still got enough. I mean, it's believable to me because Lan Wangji is such a fucking powerful cultivator, even at 19, that like he probably definitely still has that much like energy saved up in him to kick some ass.
Well, it's Pride Month. They get this energy because they're gay. So.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're totally right,
baby.
And that's it. But like, so one more thing that I wish they would have stuck with for the Donghua is the fact that in the book, it actually took like several hours for Lan Zhan and Wei Ying to kill this thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how well that would have translated on screen, especially given this was like towards the end of the episode and they really only had 3 or 4 minutes to cohesively wrap this up.
Even though they would have had another 11 minutes if this was episode 1 time.
Yeah, and
but we're living on 10-cent time.
Yeah.
It's 10 cents world and we're just living in it.
Yeah, after reading the novel, I think this part would have been more poignant if they included the fact that it took hours and hours and hours of Wei Ying just slicing at this thing's neck, trying to get through the skin, while Lan Zhan sliced up his own fingers until they fucking bled.
Jesus.
Slowly guillotining it to death and cinching it and cinching it and cinching it. Instead of the way they set it up in this episode, which is just 2 talented beat up teens putting up a booby trap and doing a couple well placed stabs, and boom, this gigantic, legendarily undefeatable creature is dead.
But the good thing about this translation of it, I think, is that it's teamwork, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah!
They work well together.
I mean, it was just sort of an extended version of teamwork in the novel, but
they'd be good cultivation partners.
Well, they really would be good cultivation partners.
When
That's
you think
a weird,
about
funny thing. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Just great and cool to me. Interesting.
Yeah.
Something to thonk on,
Yeah. Wild when you think about it. And so Lan Wangji has the strings chop the turtle's head off, and its head falls in the water, and he died as he lived. Sometimes CG, sometimes 2D.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gives us another Wei Ying. And then
final blessing of Wei Ying.
Then that's the episode.
Yep.
We get a new ending song in this one.
It's really cute to me.
It's cute.
It's really cute to me.
It's kind of in the same vein as the previous one.
Just talking about Lan Wangji's endless pining.
Yeah, and it definitely doesn't make me cry and think about how gay all of this is.
It's fucking incredible. It's really good. All of the songs for this entire franchise are just absolute gold. And if you are an emerging fan of the Donghua, whether through our podcast or not, I need to let you know that there's a radio drama, and the radio drama, or audio drama, I should say, because I doubt that shit's on the radio, because it's fairly fucking explicit. And really explicit, actually. The audio drama has an entire album of dedicated thematic songs, and there's one song called Nameless Song, and then there's one song called Wangshan Song, and I just want to let you know, literally just every fucking time I listen to the songs, I fucking bawl my eyes out, because it's the voice actors themselves singing the song.
They do have different voice actors in the audio drama than they do in the show.
They do.
But it is still very much their voice actors. And
It extremely is their voice actors. And I think that was like,
if you've gotten this far in our podcast and you're still wondering whether every reference we make to them being gay is like, hey, is this like a sports anime gay or is this like a legit gay? It's a legit gay.
It's absolutely...
It's a legitimate canon, actual explicit gay.
Straight up. But
very explicit.
But no, we're not just being like weird. It's genuinely a gay property.
Yeah.
Which is good to me.
Anyway, do you want to do the Jesse McMinute?
I need 1 minute to collect my thoughts and 1 minute to do the Jesse McMinute. Okay.
The Jesse McTwo-minute.
The Jesse McTwo-minute. I need to sit here in silence for a minute and just think about
just reflect on...
Think on and pray on and speak on and preach on what I'm going to say.
We did get a potential Overwatch 2 announcement today.
We did get a potential Overwatch 2 announcement.
Do you want to talk about maybe what could be going on with Mr. Jesse Man McCree in Overwatch 2?
Yeah, so...
Alright, so let me get my timer up.
Hold on, I need to look up a quick term really quick so I don't make an idiot out of myself.
I will never.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Alright, so let me get that timer going, and...
So, they released a speculatively, I should say, named Overwatch 2, which is probably not going to be a direct sequel to Overwatch. It's a player versus environment game, as opposed to a player versus player game, which is what Overwatch is currently, which would put it in the, just kind of the same gamut of like a story-based game instead of a combat-based game, which I think would be really cool from a lore standpoint. But at the same time, I've gotten very protective of these characters, which are just basically have become receptacles for Rudy Tooty point and shooty in the video game themselves and don't actually get much lore. I'm excited for them to get lore, but I'm also not excited to see what they're going to do with that lore. I think if we get any kind of concrete Jesse McCree lore in this new series, it better be that he's gay. It better be that he's a gay romanceable character. And I want to see his dick. That's it. I want to see his dick. I want to see those meaty pecs. Thank you. He is my one lesbians. We get one.
We get one.
The fictional character that we just, you know what? Give me
that
dick.
I've detailed it.
I want to see that dick. She's got Nia Mingjoy. I've got Jesse Man McCree and also Nia Mingjoy on weekends.
That's the thing. You gotta share custody. Anyway,
yeah, he's big enough.
He's big enough. Questions. If you have questions, you can send them to us on Tumblr at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask or via Twitter at cloudrecessyouget1pod. Or you can email us. I need to check the email because I don't think anybody has emailed us, but I also haven't checked it in weeks, so I should do that.
Please. Please, God.
Okay, so we have a couple questions. I think the first one, I answered this one right off the bat. This isn't the first question we got, but it's the first one that we answered because I already did it. Friend of the show and former guest Christina at Greta Van Sweet One says, do you guys read this title in the same voice as the Same Hat meme? Because I 100% do. You know what?
Same hat?
Same hat.
Same hat, folks. That's a big hat to me.
Big hat.
Big hat to me.
To me. Our next question comes from other former guest of the show and also friend of the It, Sarah McBigDice. Sarah McBig Costume.
Fuck yeah.
Sarah McDavid Byrne Big Suit says, songs that you associate with Wuxian. I'll go first. Loathing from Wicked. Don't like that personally.
Fuck yeah! I would also, in the same vein, put forth For Good from Wicked. Who's to say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. There's also, I talked about this on my other blog, but I'm really on a,
Is this all gonna be songs from musicals?
God, no! Kinda! This one is from Billie Eilish. It's that Billie Eilish song that I was listening to earlier that I was talking about.
Billie Eilish.
It's the...
Billie Irish.
When the Party's Over. And it's a very Wei Wuxian at Lan Wangji song. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna have to go with my all-time, my delicious bowl of an all-time, which is Bloodless by Pure Reason Revolution.
Yeah, that's kind of your multi-purpose ship song, and I really appreciate it.
Also the exact color... by the same group?
By the Pure Reason Revolution?
Unfortunately, I am going to have to say that Girlfriend in a Coma...
Girlfriend ripped to pieces, I know. It's serious.
Hate that.
There are times when I could have court assassinated her, but she had anything to happen to her. Will you please let me stay up? Anyway, sorry. I'm trying to
Who's
think
your
of, like,
Morrissey voice claim in this show series book?
Lon Sheeran.
Fuck.
No, who's too mopey? Fuck it. How about
I already said it. Oh my
about
god. We haven't met him yet,
that?
but I'll just funny censor that.
I would stand to say that half of all Hosier songs are also very good Wuxian songs.
Alright. I like that.
So I want to say Nobody by Hosier, not Nobody by Mitski, even very good song though. I think Nobody by Hosier is good.
Nobody by Hobody.
Actually, no, not Nobody by Hosier. How about Nothing Fucks With My Baby by Hosier? That's a real good Wuxian song. That's a good mood. I could go for several hours if you gave me the time, but I will not.
Okay, so this next question comes in from anonymous PR the Disaster
Love
on
it.
Tumblr, who, this is a 2-part question, and both parts are very good to me.
I'm fully prepared to pay them over $100 for a beanie.
Yeah,
A Jongsek beanie that they will knit and send it to the United
Did
States
they knit
from
it
the
or
extra
crochet
super
it?
deep south. I think it's probably crochet. I don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of do. One of them has like 2 needles, and then crochet has the one.
Yeah.
But I can't tell the difference.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm craft dumb.
Yeah.
The crafts that I do involve paper usually.
Yeah. Anyway,
But-
Pierre the Disaster made a sick ass fucking Jongsek like beanie, and I've never wanted something so much in my life.
I want a little green Niesect critter beanie.
I love the critter.
I
is
love
my
the
thing.
critter, Ray.
I fucking love. I don't know what kind of critter it is, but I love it.
It doesn't matter. It's just a critter.
Anyway, what is
that's the definition of critter.
it? It is a critter.
Anyway,
Definitely. What did PR the disaster? PR the disaster have to say?
Okay, first part, which is possibly one of the best questions we've ever gotten. This just makes me so happy, and you'll know why immediately. Part 1. Would you have a real turtle-sized Xuanwu as a pet? Snake plus turtle equals 100% cool reptile. Okay. Back in... Up until... When was it? Like 2013 or so?
This sounds right.
Yeah, I had a pet turtle.
That she rescued off the side of the road with her
The middle of the road.
The middle of the road.
She
Little
was
baby
the size.
turtle.
She was the size of like a dollar coin, and I could never really think of a name for her, so I just called her Turt. Sometimes we called her Turt Meat.
I don't know why.
It just happened that way. But
she was the kind of turtle that did not like being enclosed, so we eventually had to like let her
she got
go.
too big.
Yeah,
We let her go, but she somehow found a way to like get out of her tank and just be on the floor of the apartment.
She just enjoyed it a
her
lot.
tank was like up on a desk too.
Yeah, it was
like a built-in counter. Yeah,
yeah, that was
And we
kinda
would-
cool.
yeah, and we would go out and she would just not be there, and we'd be like, okay, guess we're going on a turtle hunt.
Great.
Cool. But yes, I would 1,000,000% have a real actual turt meat sized Xuanwu.
Because I feel like even if
absolutely,
it
dude.
bit, it wouldn't. Oh man, no. Because like even turtles, like they have pretty strong jaws. I don't know. You know what? I don't know if I would personally be comfortable with having a Xuanwu slaughter specifically.
Maybe just a
because-
regular Xuanwu.
with like big cool like turtle like gray dickhead looking ass,
I mean,
neck
the
ass looking ass.
the Xuanwu of not slaughter, the regular normal.
The Xuanwu of Cuddles.
Yeah.
Wow, imagine if in the cave it had just been the Xuanwu of Cuddles and they
Aw.
were misled this entire time. And it was just misunderstood.
It just turned it into the buddy cave, and they hang out down there, and everyone gets a hug.
Yeah, and the Xuanwu officially like officiates their marriage and everything.
Yeah,
Great.
he has the power to do that. He's a legendary holy beast.
Yeah, he's a legendary holy beast.
He's a guardian of one of the 4 cardinal directions.
Yeah, they can prostrate to their ancestors later.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of one of the legendary evil boys
Yeah.
being the Xuanwu of cuddling.
There we go. Yeah, I would have the regular normal Xuanwu of cuddling as a pet if it was turtle size.
Absolutely. Yeah, but
Here's your answer.
at the same time, I'm thinking about how in the novel it was described as just the stinkiest possible animal because of all the like corpse guts and like detritus inside of its shell.
I mean, to be fair, Turt did kind of get stinky sometimes.
Yeah, that shit was smelly. I don't know if I'm ever gonna want an amphibian as a pet again because they're stinky.
Their reptiles would go off.
Fuck. Reptiles and amphibians are both pretty fucking stinky. So
that is very true.
just
and fair.
I mean, gotta think about that.
You gotta think about that.
Sometimes
Just
you have
shit
an
you gotta
animal
take
that
into account.
smells like a toilet.
Yeah. She really did smell like a toilet.
She smelled like a toilet.
If
like
you've
a
never
porta
had a pet,
potty.
yeah, if you've never had a pet reptile that lives in water, they just smell like toilet. Like,
smell like toilet.
the
'Cause
time-
they got doo doo water.
doo doo.
Doo doo. Anyway,
part 2. And this is also, God, this is so good. Okay, part 2. Is Wei Wuxian Vampire Times China's first goth BF? He uses makeup, has long hair, has a tragic past, necromances, it's all there. He just needs spiky accessories and a purple streak in his hair to be the full package.
I have every single conviction in my mind that Wei Wuxian truly was the world's first goth BF.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And there is no doubt in my mind that were this a modern AU, Wei Wuxian would not only be goth, but he would be absolutely covered in piercings.
Mr. Metal Boy.
Mr. Metal Boy. He would love to hang out in graveyards.
Mm-hmm.
He would wear those really cool platform boots with all the buckles on them, and he would wear fishnets and eyeliner and black lipstick. Abso-fucking-lutely, he would be the cheesiest, corniest goth in the world, like a trad goth. Except he would listen to thrash metal too. Just kind of like bridging the gap between both worlds. But in ancient vampire China, absolutely a goth BF. Abso-fucking-lutely, no doubt in my mind.
He's literally just a take on the perky goth trope.
God, you're so right!
He is!
You're so right! He is the perky goth boy! 100%!
It's eternal.
Wow,
Perky-
I absolutely love that. That makes me smile.
It's really good!
It really makes me smile.
My
It's
heart,
good to
my
me.
heart, Ray, my heart is warm.
This, let me see.
You feel that?
It's pretty warm.
It's pretty
Yeah.
warm. Yeah, it's
pretty
very warm. I just remembered another thing, and maybe you can help me sort this out because I don't know anything about alcohol.
What's up?
So friend of the us, Colin at Pagedish, said to us on Twitter last night.
Yeah.
The following. I know I'm 4 episodes behind, but despite not drinking, Lan Wangji is Cicerone trained and will order a single Pilsner and then critique it according to the German purity law.
You know what? I think that is valid. Because if Lan Wangji were to drink, not only would he take it slow, but he would also absolutely not consume shitty alcohol in any permutation. I think that he would probably prioritize it being good.
I kind of don't know what a Pilsner is, which makes me feel stupid.
It's like
I know it's a
fucking
type of beer.
Budweiser is a Pilsner.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like a light bodied, like lightly hoppy beer that's like really easy to drink, but it's basically like Lan Zhan would order a Pilsner and drink very slowly and critique it due to what did they
the
say?
German
The
purity.
German
I don't know what the
purity
German
law.
purity law is because I don't know. I need Fallon to answer, like, to even try to answer any of this because of my edge cred.
Yeah, the edge cred.
My cred. I genuinely am such a dumbass about beer, and Colin refuses to understand this.
That's okay. They're just doing what they know and
They're
love.
doing what they love, and I appreciate it, and I'm just incalculably stupid about booze.
Yeah, I think if this were the modern day and age, Lan Wangji would mostly still abstain from drinking because I feel like it's the kind of thing that you have where it's like you don't really want to have your like facilities be compromised in that way and you don't want to like be out of control of yourself.
It's his effects are also makes him get fuck.
Yeah, the effector is a really big part of it. Definitely.
Thank you, Colin.
But he would drink a single beer, and no matter how slowly he drank it, he would still get absolutely shit faced.
Completely
jump
twisted.
people's.
Yeah,
stuff.
Colin, this is to you specifically. I need you to understand exactly the repercussions of Lan Wangji drinking alcohol.
It's Woo! I really hope that we get to see Drunk Longchamp in this coming season, because like it's the one joy of my life.
It's
the three chapters in which he was shit faced. Fucking iconic. Absolutely iconic. And when I say shit faced, I mean he has 1 cup of rice wine and he's fucking gone.
Han Guangjun shit faced.
Han Guangjun shit faced? Papa John shit faced? Papa Han Guangjun shit faced?
That's good.
Oh, Christ.
Anyway, I think that's gonna be episode.
Is that gonna be episode?
I think that's gonna do it.
Okay, I'm into it.
Yeah, so, thank you to noisepace.xyz.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Matt Dad, for hosting us. Thank you to just kind of noisepace.xyz in general for being a good podcast network to us.
Yeah, it fucking rules.
Yeah.
It's incredibly inclusive. You want to get all your cool LGBT friends to watch some podcasts, get them in on it. We've got everybody.
We got everything. Hey, check out Fearbaiting's Schlocktober from last year, because Colin wrote up some drinks for the movies that they watched and reviewed.
Wow, that fucking rules.
It was very good. Fearbaiting good.
Just watch Fearbaiting in general. Honestly, so good.
It's good.
Baby Cat is sticking her head directly in front of the laptop and smelling hard.
She wants to podcast.
She wants to podcast. I think she's ready to podcast now.
Yeah, she's getting herself ready.
That's great. Well, we'll let her on
She's doing her
next time.
vocal exercises.
Let her yammer into the microphone for a little bit.
So yeah. You can find us, the podcast, on all of your podcast things. You can find us on social media at Cloud Recess Pod at Twitter and Cloud Recesses Pod on Tumblr, and it's good. Connect with us. Oh, you can join our Discord channel. Please join our Discord channel. We have fun there.
Fuck yeah, we'll post a little link to it. You can find me online at America's Burden and on my deactivated Facebook account that they locked me out of for being trans. Yay!
Yay! Happy Pride Month!
Happy Pride Month. I'm also
Thanks,
on...
Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm also on Twitter. My Modao Zushi, explicitly MDZS and MXTX account is called @CoolPurpleUncle.
I'm Roy, and you can find me on Twitter at SemperFunny, or on my MDZS side blog, which is, what the fuck is it, @YeelingHypebeast.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, you know what we say at the end of every episode?
I have no idea what we say at the end of every episode.
We say Semper Bunny, you junkhead.
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny, you goofball.